Today I will be making German Bratwurst for the first time
and sharing the challenges I run into along with tips that will help if you want to make Bratwurst yourself.
Most Germans, even the ones that love Bratwurst, had never made it themselves. For this, I'm using half amount of pork shoulder and half amount of pork belly, because fat means flavor, right? First, trim the meat and cut it into stripes. Then freeze for at least 2 hours. And this isn't optional. If the meat warms up during grinding, the protein starts to set, and once that happens, the fat and the meat won't bind together. So cold grinding is everything. I'm also chilling the grinder parts for at least 30 minutes. Now we grind through a 4mm plate. The meat is half frozen and it actually works perfectly. The pork shoulder and the pork belly go through the grinder easily, and this is exactly what I was looking for. And by the way, the meat is still extremely cold. And the honest truth is that art of making homemade Bratwurst is a dying skill, even in Germany. Supermarkets killed the butcher shops, and those shops took the knowledge with them. Include salt, pepper, majoram, ginger and nutmeg. Once the spices and the meat are mixed, I'm gonna add the water. I am so proud that I'm actually taking on this project because my generation grew up with a Bratwurst from the plastic tray. So this video for me is learning something that we have almost already lost. The meat is so cold, my goodness. If the mixture is sticky, so it sticks to your hand, like this is the consistency we are looking for. Now the moment of truth. I attached 25mm stuffing tube. My casing was covered in salt, so I rinse it properly from outside and from the inside. I don't want to have any water in there, and you don't want to have water in there too. And if you enjoy watching me figure out traditional German food, the wins, the experiments, and sometimes the disasters, I share new recipes every week. So if you haven't subscribed, now's your chance. Okay, let me find the hole here. So this one is apparently too large. I'm gonna exchange it for a bit smaller. Maybe it's gonna be easier with a casing.
No, it wasn't, but finally I did find a way to make it work. I disattached the stuffing tube and I started doing it vertically.
I figured out that this is actually the easiest way to do it. This is really taking ages. But I'm patient.
At the end of the casing, I tied a knot.
Now I have it, but this took literally 20 minutes. No kidding. So I'm gonna attach this here. I'm gonna fill the container with meat and I'm gonna breathe very deeply because I have no idea if that's gonna work.
I am definitely not worried about it. I just wanna start stuffing. So those were the first 100 grams of the mixture.
Yeah, so I've already air here. I'm gonna have to remove it. Okay.
At this point, I do know that there is air, but I also have idea how to fix it, so I'm not worried about it. I had a feeling when I started holding the casing, the stuffing went more smoothly, so I'm gonna remember that for the next time.
Now I'm done. I think it went quite well, but I do have some air in the sausage, so I'm gonna have to deal with it. I'm gonna actually cut this here. Yeah, so this is it. I have air here and I have air at the very beginning. So I think I would just make a sausage out of this, then cut it and then make a sausage out of the rest, so I don't have much air.
I twisted the casings and the mixture into the sausages. That was freestyle, I didn't measure anything. At the end I cut the ends with a scissors and there you go. This is the final Bratwurst. Obviously, I am aware of my air pockets and seriously, they look way worse as they actually were. I took a small needle and then I poked them a few times to remove the air. I hope that this way I will avoid bursting and keep most of the juices inside the sausages. And this is the final bratwurst without the air pockets. For the first time it looked perfect. And now the most fun part, frying. I'm just going to show you that very briefly. I used the vegetable oil, I heat it up until hot, and then I added the sausages. I fried it for 2 minutes, then I turned it, then I fried it for 2 minutes, turned it, 2 minutes, and turned it. This is the easiest way to get that perfect brown color without undercooking the sausage. If you are unsure, check the internal temperature. It should reach 71 degrees Celsius, so 160 degrees Fahrenheit. You can see on the pan that the sausages lost a bit of juices. So I was actually a bit worried about those, as dry sausage is not something we are looking for. I really couldn't wait to try it, obviously with a German mustard. You see those juices? Yeah. I was so proud. It really does look like a normal bratwurst.
Look at this, golden, juicy, and honestly a proper bratwurst. So there is definitely room for improvement. There was way too much air in the sausages that I made, and therefore a sausage lost a bit of juiciness. So I definitely need to work on that. If you have any ideas or any tips for me, let me know in the comments down below. I'm definitely going to use a less majoran that I did, and I'm going to go for a different meat blend and film my second attempt. That will be probably in September. Nevertheless, until then, I'm going to enjoy my first bratwurst. I hope you did enjoy this one. And if you want to know how to prepare bratwurst the real German way, please watch one of those videos. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye! I lost so much juice, but it's still so juicy. Wow! How did I do it?